Okay, so another topic for AC circuits is the power factor correction. Okay, so ano ba yung mismong concept ni power factor correction? Okay, so sa mga applications niya, okay, so madami talagang mga equipments na ginagamitan natin ng motor. So kapag motor, so meron tayong na puproduce na magnetic field. Okay? So yung magnetic field kasi is kailangan ng mga rotating machine like mga motor, ba? So yung mga motor niyan, so sila yung mga equipment na napagbigay ng mga inductive load. Okay? So for power factor correction, so sinasabi dito, so the process of increasing the power factor without altering the voltage or current to the original load. Okay? So dito, ang ginagawa natin sa power factor correction, maglalagay tayo ng equipment o device, okay, para yung ating power factor is mag-improve. Okay? O tumaas. Okay? So initially, let's say meron tayong load. Okay? So let's say ito yung existing system natin. So yung mga system natin, so composed of motors, ang mga nakapag-generate na magnetic field. Okay? So ayan. So kung ito yung ating load, okay, for sure yung kanyang power factor is hindi ganon kataas. Okay? Kasi kapag meron tayong inductive load o mataas yung ating reactive power, okay, mababa yung power factor natin. Okay? So, isang way para ma-improve natin yung power factor is mag-insert tayo ng capacitor. Okay? So, si capacitor, alam naman natin, so siya is having a leading power factor. Okay, so kapag nag-insert tayo ng capacitor dito, yung ating inductive load mababawasan. Okay? So, di ba, by formula, kung ilalagay natin theoretically, let's say, meron tayong impedance na R plus JXL. Di ba, kapag maglalagay tayo ng capacitor dito, yung operator natin para sa capacitor is negative. Kaya kapag nag-insert tayo ng capacitor dyan, so we have R plus JXL minus JXC. Mapapansin natin, yung ating inductive load o yung ating reactive power o reactive component is mababawasan kasi negative yung ating operator para sa capacitor. Okay? So, ayan. So, yung ating figure B, so yan, inductive load with improved power factor. Kasi meron tayong in-insert na capacitor. Okay, for graphical representation ng ating improved power factor. So initially, so yan, meron tayong IL. IL is the inductive load o inductive current natin. Okay? So once na mag-insert tayo dyan ng capacitor, so yung capacitor natin is leading. Okay? So mapapasin natin, yung current natin IC leads the current IL. Okay? Kaya from this, itong ating ah, capacitor current o capacitive current. So, pwede natin siyang i-symmetrical draw dito. So, paano mangyayari? From IL, from this point, okay? So, mag-insert tayo ng capacitor, bababa yung ating current. Okay? So, mapapansin natin, itong I, ito na yung magiging improved na power factor natin. Okay? Kahit naman sa theoretically, let's say meron tayong given na impedance na say 5 plus J5 na lang. Okay? So 5 plus J5, so in terms of polar form, so ito is 5 square root of 2 at an angle of 45. Okay, so initially, yung ating impedance is angle 45, yung angle natin. Okay? So yung maging power factor angle natin is yung 45. So to calculate for power factor, so we have cosine 45, di ba? So cosine 45 is equals to, lagay natin. So we have 0.707. Okay, ito yung ating power factor. So kapag nag-insert tayo ng capacitor, so yung ating reactive component mababawasan kasi negative siya. Okay, so let's say yung ating impedance naging 5 plus J3. Okay, so in terms of polar form, ito is equals to, so 5 plus J3. Okay, polar form natin. So, square root of 34, angle 30.96. Okay, at an angle of 30.96. Okay? So, bumaba yung ating reactive component kasi naglagay tayo ng power ng capacitor. Okay? So, yung magiging new power factor natin is cosine ng ating power factor angle. So, 30.96. So, yung cosine ng 30.96 is equals to, so 0.85 o 86. Okay? So, mapapansin natin, from 0.707, yung power factor naging 0.86. Okay? Kasi, bumaba yung ating reactive component. Okay? So, yun yung ating parang objective sa power factor correction. Mapababa natin yung reactive component. Okay? Mapa-impedance mo siya o sa power. Okay? Pero kalimitan dito, power factor nga siya o power factor correction, yung power yung ating pag-uusapan dito. So, yung ating reactive power component. Okay? Yung Q. Okay? So, by power, di ba? So, S equals to P plus minus JQ. Okay? So, yung Q dapat mapababa natin as much as possible. Okay? Kasi sa tunay na buhay, kapag mababa yung power factor natin, may mga distribution utility na nagbibigay ng penalty. Alam ko yung mga 0.8 o 0.85, kapag bumaba doon, binibigyan na po ng penalty ng mga distribution utility. Okay? Kaya isang way para ma-maintain yung taas ng power factor, so 0.95, mga ganon, o pataas, so naglalagay sila ng capacitor bank. Okay? So, ayan po yung concept ng power factor correction natin. Okay? So, ano pa ba yung mga component para maka-improve natin yung power factor? So, yan. So, the following equipment is generally used for improving or correcting the power factor. So, first is the synchronous motor. So, sa akala ko ba kapag motor, so, sila is mga inductive load. So, ibig sabihin, nakapagpadagdag pa sila sa pagtaas ng reactive component natin. Okay? So, si synchronous motor, mag-a-act as our equipment para ma-improve yung power factor kapag siya is nag-overexcite. Okay? Overexcite. Ayan. So kapag nag-overexcite kasi yung ating synchronous motor, so magpuproduce siya ng leading current. Okay? So leading current, so kailangan mag-overexcite yung ating synchronous motor. So mag-overexcite yung ating synchronous motor if wala tayong load. Okay? So at no load. Okay? So, doon natin pwedeng gamitin si synchronous motor, okay? Para ma-improve yung power factor ng system. Okay? Kailangan mag-over-excite siya at no load. Okay? So, next is the static capacitors and yung ating phase advancers. Okay? So, ito yung mga equipment o devices para ma-improve yung power factor natin. Okay? So, for calculation, so ilagay natin dito sa ating power triangle. Okay? So, derive natin tong formula. So, initially, meron tayong power triangle, yung S1, ayan, then yung P. Okay, so S1, then initially, meron tayong Q1. Yung Q1 is the reactive component. Okay, so once na mag-input tayo ng capacitor sa ating system, ayan, ito yung ating power ng capacitor. Okay, so bababa yung ating reactive component. So from Q1, naging Q2 na lang siya. Okay? So, yun yung purpose ni capacitor. Okay? So, di ba, negative J siya. Okay? So, kaya mababawasan yung total reactive component natin. So, from this, para makuha natin yung formula para ma-improve yung power factor, so mapapansin naman natin, yung ating average power and true power is hindi na bago. Okay? Ang nagkaroon lang ng changes is yung ating reactive component tsaka yung ating apparent power. So, by formula, sige. So, ang constant naman is yung P eh. So, kunan natin yung Q kasi may changes siya saka yung P. Okay, so first yung tangent theta 2 muna. Okay? So, yung magiging bagong power factor natin is so tangent theta 2 is equals to Q2 over P. Okay? So, then yung initial power factor natin is yung theta 1. Okay? So, we have tangent theta 1 is equals to Q1 over P. Okay? Pero dito kasi, ang kailangan natin makuha is yung QC. And mapapansin naman natin, QC, so by formula, so Q1, o yung initial reactive power natin, i-minus natin yung Q2 o yung ating bagong reactive power once na mag-insert tayo ng capacitor. Okay, so we have Q1 minus Q2. Okay, ito yung ating QC. Okay, so by formula, pwede natin itong i-derive. So we have Q2 is equals to P tangent theta 2. Then itong Q1 natin is P tangent theta 1. Okay, so substitute natin dito. So, yung magiging power natin sa capacitor na i-insert natin para ma-improve yung power factor is equals to, so Q1, so we have P tangent theta 1 minus P tangent theta 2. Okay, yung theta 1 is the initial power factor angle. O ito yung ating old power factor angle. Yung theta 2 is the new power factor angle. Kaya from this, so QC natin is equals to factor out yung P. So kasi constant naman siya. So tangent theta 1 minus tangent theta 2. Okay? So kasi dito, ang kukunin natin yung mismong capacitor o yung rating ng capacitor. And by formula, in terms of voltage and impedance, so di ba yung Q natin is equals to B square over XC. Okay? Kung i-derive pa natin yung XC in terms of capacitance, so we have B square over 1 over 2 pi FC. O itong 2 pi is yung omega natin. So by formula, para ma-compute natin yung C, so we have QC is equals to, so reciprocal muna natin, so we have omega C multiplied by B square. So para ma-compute yung capacitor, so we have QC. Kung ide-diretso na natin, over omega multiplied by B square. Ito din yon. Okay, ito yung C natin. Okay? So kung isa-substitute natin dito sa QC siya, okay, so QC natin is then omega capacitance multiplied by B square equals to P multiplied by tangent theta 1 minus tangent theta 2. Ayan. So para makuha si C, so ito din yan. So we have P tangent theta 1 minus tangent theta 2. Okay? Over omega multiplied by B square. Okay, so sa ibang book, ang nakalagay dyan, tangent theta old minus tangent theta new. Okay, so pwede din P multiplied by tangent theta old. Okay, yung old power factor angle natin minus tangent theta new. Okay, over omega B square. Okay, so ito pwede natin gamitin ng formula. Direct na siya para makompute natin yung capacitor rating. Okay, kung capacitor power naman, so itong formula lang gagamitin natin. Okay, so ito. Ayan. So, yan yung formula for power factor correction. Okay? So, ayan. So, next. Try tayo ng problem. Okay, so when connected to a 120 volts BRMS, 60 Hz power line, a load absorbs 4 kilowatt. Okay, so meron na tayong P. Okay, at a laking power factor of 0.8. So find the value of capacitance necessary to raise the power factor to 0.95. Kung capacitance agad yung ating kukunin, so meron tayong direct formula, di ba? So FC equals to, so P tangent theta 1, o lagay ko na tangent theta old, minus tangent theta new, divided by, so omega B square. Okay? So ito yung ating power factor na old o theta 1. Then ito yung ating power factor new. Magiging 0.95. Okay? So, first, kunin muna natin yung angle. Okay? So, theta old equals to, so arc cosine ng 0.8, which is, so 36.8699. So, yung theta nyo natin, so arc cosine ng 0.95. So, arc cosine 0.95. Okay, 18.1949. 18.1949. 1949. Okay, so substitute natin dito. So C equals to, so 4 kilowatts o 4,000 watts multiplied by tangent theta old. So we have tangent 36.8699 minus, so tangent theta new. So 18.1949. Okay? All over omega. So given naman yung frequency. So we have 2 pi multiplied by 60. Then the voltage natin is 120. Okay? Quantity square. Ayan. So diretso na siya. So yung ating capacitor na kailangan para ma-improve yung power factor to 0.95 is equals to, so 4,000 multiplied by tangent 36.8699 minus tangent 18.1949 all over, so 2 pi times 60 times 120 square. Okay? So 3.104. Okay, so times 10 raised to negative 4 farad. So in terms of micro, so move natin pa kanan. So 1, 2. So we have 310.4 micro farad. Okay, so ito yung magiging final answer natin. So tama naman. Okay, so next. So find the value of parallel capacitance needed to correct the load of 140 k bar. So Q siya ha, hindi siya yung power natin, yung true power. Okay, so at 0.85, lagi power factor to unity. Okay, assume that the load is supplied by 110 volts, 60 hertz line. Okay, so ilagay muna natin dito. So initially, power factor natin, so theta old natin is arc cosine 0.85. Okay, so ilan to? So arc cosine 0.85. So 31.7883. Okay, so yung theta nyo natin, so arc cosine ng 1. Okay, so ito is 0. Tama ba? Arc cosine ng 1, 0. Okay? So yan. So initially, meron tayong power factor angle na 31.7883. Ang kailangan kasi natin ng formula o value is yung true power. Ang given kasi sa atin is yung reactive power eh. Okay? So from this, kunin natin yung magiging uh, true power natin. So by power triangle, so ito yung given. So 140, then meron tayong theta dito. Ito yung theta ulit natin. Okay? So kailangan natin makompute si PT. Okay? So by trigonometric function, tangent, so we have tangent theta old equals to 140 over yung true power natin. So PT natin is equals to, so 140 divided by tangent 31.7883. Okay, ito yung magiging total power natin. Okay, so we have 140 all over tangent 31.7883. Okay, so 225.9. Okay, kilowatts. Okay, so ito yung gagamitin natin. So by formula, para makompute yung capacitance, so C equals to, so PT, so multiply by tangent theta old minus tangent theta new all over, so 2 pi times the frequency, then B square. Okay, so substitute. So C natin equals to 225.9, so times 10 raised to 3. So multiply by tangent theta all, so 31.7883 minus tangent 0. Okay? So divide natin by 2 pi multiply by the frequency, so 60. Then yung voltage natin na 110 square. Okay, so from this we can calculate for C. Okay? So answer times 10 raised to 3. So multiply by tangent 31.7883. So minus tangent 0 all over 2 pi times 60 times 110 square. So times ano lang. So times 1,000. Yan. So we have 0.0307. 0.0307 farad. So in terms of millifarad, so 1, 2, 3. Okay? So we have 30.7 millifarad. Ratio ito yung magiging final answer natin. Okay? So yan. So next. Yan. So three-phase naman tayo. Okay? So a three-phase, 37.3 kilowatt, 440 volts, 50 hertz induction motor operates on full load with an efficiency of 89% and a power factor of 0.85 lagging. So calculate the total kVA rating of the capacitors required to raise the full load power factor at 95 lagging. Okay, so what will be the capacitance per phase if the capacitors are delta connected or star connected? Okay, so delta connected, magkakabago lang naman sila sa voltage. Okay? So first, kunin muna natin yung total power natin. Okay? So motor naman siya. So kailangan natin makompute is yung total power ng motor. Okay? So given yung output na 37.3 kilowatts, kunin natin yung power input niya. So yung power input niya is yung magiging total power natin, which is equals to power output divided by the efficiency. Okay? So we have 37.3 kilowatts divided by 0.89. Okay? So we have 37.3 divide 0.89. So 41.91. Okay, so kilowatts. Okay, so from this, dito muna tayo sa delta connected. Okay, so by formula, di ba? So we have C equals to PT, so tangent theta 1 o tangent theta old minus tangent theta new. So divided by, so 2 pi times the frequency times the voltage square. So magkakabago tayo sa voltage. Kasi delta, alam naman natin at delta, okay, phase voltage is equals to line voltage. Okay, so walang nakakalagay kung anong voltage to. So pero i-assume natin na line voltage yan. Okay, so dito muna tayo sa delta. Okay, so by formula, so FC equals to, so 41.91, so kilowatts, so times 10 raised to 3. So multiply by tangent, so 0.85 to 0.95. Okay, so sige. Kunin muna natin yung theta 1. So arc cosine 0.85. Ba? Then yung isa, arc cosine 0.95. So 31.7883 pag 95, 18.1949. Okay, so substitute. So tangent theta 1, so 31.7883 minus tangent 18.1949. Okay, so divide natin by, so 2 pi times the frequency of 50 hertz times the voltage delta, so same lang siya. So 440 square. Okay, so C natin will be equal to, so 41.91, so times 10 raised to 3 or times 1,000 multiplied by tangent 31.7883 minus tangent 18.1949. Okay, all over, so 2 pi times 50 times 440 square. Okay, so we have 200.5. So sige, 2.006. So, times 10 raised to negative 4. Okay? Okay, so in terms of micro, so we have 200.6 microfarad. Okay, so ito yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? Then, yung isa, yan, 200. Okay, so at Y, connection, alam naman natin, ang phase voltage is equals to line over square root of 3. Okay, so ito magkakaroon lang ng square root of 3 yung denominator. Okay, kaya magiging sin natin, divide natin ang square root of 3 tong 440. 5 square root of 3 square. Ayan. Okay, so we have 6.017. Okay, so times 10 raised to negative 4 farad. So in terms of micro, so we have 1, 2. Okay, so we have 601. Okay, 601 microfarad. Okay, so ito yung magiging sagot natin para sa Y connection. Okay? So, ayan yung concept ni ah, power factor. Okay, so sunod din lang yung formula. Actually, mabilis lang naman. Okay? So, ayan.